Hey, Grey Wolf, welcome in. Hey, everyone, welcome into the chat. Just getting a few rods out there with some red worms. I'm going to sit behind the camera a little bit more today than I usually do when I go live so I could chat it up with everybody. Hope you're all having a good Halloween. You guys make sure you chat it up a little bit. Makes the lives a lot more fun when we got some interaction going on. Let me know what your Halloween plans are, what you're dressing up as, if you are going trick-or-treating or if you're going to any Halloween parties. I'll be going out this evening with both my boys, doing a little trick-or-treating, hanging out with some friends. Everyone, welcome in. Just started the live stream. Double tap that screen. Check out the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Do a lot of catch, clean, and cook videos. And I put out a fishing Did You Know series every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to check those out. Appreciate you all for stopping in. Random Riley, welcome in. Caught one before I went live, a bluegill. I just threw the rods out, so they've only been out for a little over 5 minutes, but no bites yet. If I can get a bluegill, I'm going to use it as bait and see if we can get something a little bit bigger. Appreciate you stopping in. Today I'm just doing catch and release. I might be going back out to do another live Sunday afternoon. Plan on targeting some big bluegill and shellcracker on Sunday. So if I hook up on some of those, then I'll probably do a clean and cook on those and make a little video out of it. But today we're just doing catch and release. Where I live, this is Lake Lanier. It's one of the most haunted lakes in the United States. So I figured it'd be a cool thing to come out here and go live on Halloween while I'm fishing one of the most haunted lakes. So there's a lot of good history behind this lake. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. Google it. See what kind of ghost-related stories you all can find. All right, Riley. Happy Halloween. Have fun tonight. Hey everyone, welcome in. Make sure to double tap that screen. Check out the channel. If you haven't done so, check out a few of my shorts on my long form videos. Subscribe. Do a lot of catch, clean, and cook videos. Carrie Bell, how many fish do I have? So far, I've caught one. Caught one fish so far, but I haven't been out here more than 10 minutes. So, using red worms. Carrie, you doing anything for Halloween this evening? I'm gonna see. I got 2 rods on the rod holders. I'm gonna use another rod that I got here and do a little bit of fishing. See if I can catch anything. Not getting any bites on those, but they might want to chase something. So let me get this one out here. Yeah, a little nibble on that one. Took half my worm. Go back out. See. Get another nibble on that one. See if it'll come back for it. Took my worm. Yeah. Before I rebait that one up, pull these up and see what's going on with these. Trying to get one bluegill that I can use for cut bait on my catfish rod. Get this one back out. Oh yeah, that was a pretty good cast right there. Let's see how this one's doing. One of my worms is missing on the top hook. Get another worm on there and I'll get it back out. I don't know if you can see off in the distance there. It looks like someone's getting a new dock. So they've got a boat that's transporting the dock off in the distance there to someone's property that's on the lake. That's nice. It's a 2-story dock. All right. There's no chats going on. I'm going to get back to fishing. I'm going to get some bites here, guys. Let's see if he stayed on. Nope. He nibbled at it. He left me my worm, though. Let's get it back out. There we go. Come on. You know you want it. That one was biting pretty hard too. They're just coming by and like nipping at it, but they're not committing to it because they're not even taking worm. Let's see if third time's a charm. All I need is one little bluegill. Put it on my catfish rod. Come on. All right, we got him this time. Let's see what we got. That's a pretty good sized fish. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That one's pretty nasty, guys. Let me show you this one. So we just pulled out of there, but look at that. He's got some kind of like growth going on. See that? Pretty gnarly. Yeah, it's probably a little bit too big to use as bait. So I'm going to throw him back. I want something a little bit smaller. That was a good catch, though. Second one I've caught today. All right. Let's see. Check and see if you guys. I'm standing on this little rock over here. I don't know if you can see me or not. Turn you a little bit. There we go. So you can kind of see where I'm fishing. And you can see the rods at the same time. All right. That was a good sized fish. If I was keeping any today, that'd be the size, probably the minimum size that I'd want to keep. I thought it was a shell cracker at first, but it was just like a sunfish, bluegill. Getting another bite. Got him. Oh, I think I got him. Did he come off? Dang. Yeah, he came off. That felt pretty good too. Got me all wrapped up. Get another worm on here. That was a good bite. Those of you that are in right now, please double tap that screen. Get some likes. Check out the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please check it out. Do a lot of catch, clean, and cook videos. Hit that subscribe notification button so you know each time I'm dropping a new video. I post some Did You Know videos every day, all fishing related, and try to post different shorts throughout the week. Trying to make it live at least once a week and trying to post one long form once a week. It's about all I really have time for right now. But I do appreciate all the support. I'm watching the channel grow. Yeah, you can definitely tell that bluegill are predator fish because I've got two rods over here that have worms on them. I'm pretty much fishing those like with drop shots. And I haven't gotten a single bite on either one of those. But when I'm reeling in the red worms, the fish are wanting to chase after it and attack. So that's what they're really wanting. They're not wanting it just to sit there. They want to see it moving. So right now I'm getting some more bites. What I'm doing, I've got a 1/64 ounce jig head on there with a split shot, red worm, cast it out, let it sink down to the bottom. Then I just do a slow retrieve, pop it a few times, try to get the fish's attention. If I feel a tap, I'll stop my retrieve and let it sit still for a second. See if they commit to it. If they don't, I let it sit. If I don't feel it come back, then I reel it in so I can check, see if it took my worm. That's the best way that I found to catch panfish. For any of you that are new to fishing out there, it's a great way just to get out and have some fun and catch a buttload. Oh, getting one over there. Hold on, guys. Got one. See if he stayed on or if he came off. Oh, he's still on there. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. This feels like a pretty decent fish. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, that is a really nice bluegill. Oh, man. Look at that. Jeez. I thought for a minute there, the size of this one, I thought it was a shell cracker. I just got done saying they didn't want worm that was sitting there. Look at that. That is a good size sunfish right there. That's about the size of the shell crackers that I normally pull out of here. Look at that. Nice. If I was keeping fish today, I'd definitely be keeping this one. Get them off the hook here. Caught that one on a size 6 Aberdeen hook with red worm. Golly. Thing is nice. Look at that right there. Heck yeah. Trying to get me one that I can use for catfish bait, but the ones I'm pulling in are too big right now. All right. Here you go. Beautiful fish. Let's get them back. All right, get another worm back on here. Get it back out on the rod holder. So I got 2 size 6 Aberdeen hooks with a drop shot on the bottom, and he went for the hook that was closest to the bottom. So that kind of lets me know about where they're staging up at. They're more towards the bottom of the lake. They're not suspended very high off the bottom. Let's get this one back out. Check the chat real quick. Good username if you're still on. Caught 2 bluegill during the live stream, 1 off. Just got a big one right there. Big dog, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. Finding joy on this journey. Appreciate you stopping in. Ninja Guppy, how you doing? Yep, there went a boat. You just you actually missed it, big dog. There was somebody was getting a brand new dock for their house, their lake house, and there was a boat that was pulling it through the water to go take it over to their house. That was pretty cool to see. Finding Joy says happy to be watching. I appreciate it, Joy. Thanks for stopping in. Joy is definitely a supporter of my channel. I'm gonna add her as a moderator. Thanks for stopping in, Joy. Appreciate it. Seth, how you doing? Caught 2 decent sized bluegill. One that had some kind of funk on the back end of it, and one that was about the size of a shell cracker. So I'm trying to get one a little bit smaller so I could put it on my catfish rod. Joyce says she's learned a lot. Yeah, she's I put out did you know videos every morning, and I don't know if you guys haven't done so, check my channel out. I got a few videos just kind of explaining. I'm getting another bite on this rod on the right. You can see it's pulling. Kind of went slack again, so I'm gonna see if it hits again. But my mom passed away a few years ago, and fishing is what really kind of got me out of my my funk and my depression. So every time I come out here, I just feel like I'm closer to my mom. Fishing was something that she enjoyed doing growing up, and she tried teaching all of us kids and her grandkids how to do it. So it's just something I like to do, and I really didn't have an interest in fishing until she passed away, and now I'm just kind of addicted to it. So I like to kind of spread the knowledge and teach people. A lot of people that are trying to learn how to fish, sometimes they just, they want to learn from someone who's not the best at it, So that's what I hope in my channel, that people that watch it, they know that they can learn how to do it, even if they haven't done it for years and years. It's a lot of trial and error is what it is, really. So I've learned a lot over the last 4 years. Thank you, Seth. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm using on the rod on the right. I'm using a size 6 Aberdeen hook with a drop shot, and I've got red worms on there. Same thing with the rod on the left, and the rod that I had in my hand, I'm using a 1/64 ounce jig head with a split shot. Nope, it never is too late to start fishing, that's for sure. It's just something peaceful. It's relaxing. Whenever I'm fishing, it feels like time just slows down. We live in a fast-paced world, and it's just nice to go out and just, it teaches you patience. It teaches you not to get frustrated, and it just slows the day down. And it's peaceful sitting out here at the lake. I got a great view right now. The sun's beating down on me, so I couldn't ask for anything better. Maybe a few more fish, but can't complain. I'm not skunked today. I've got a couple. All right, I'm going to get back out with my other rod and see if we can catch some more fish for you guys. I'll check the chat here momentarily. I just wish I had more time where I could go live more often. But 2 young kids and a job, it's hard to break away for a couple hours. That one's getting hit again. Let me check that one. Might have one on it. Yeah, I got one on there, guys. Hold on, let's see what we got. Where are we at here? I cannot see this line. The sunshine hitting, but I do got a fish on there. There we go. Another good sized bluegill. Heck yeah. It's kind of wrapped up in the line. So we're good. There we go. Another bluegill. Look how pretty that is. You can see all the green up around its eyes up under there. But beautiful fish. Now I gotta get everything untangled. Give me 1 second, guys. Still got worms on there, so I'm gonna get these back out. Still a little bit too big for what I'm wanting from a catfish rod. Want some just a little bit smaller. This is actually the first time that I've fished this part of the lake. So, but I'm impressed with it so far. That's my 3rd fish. And it's a nice little area. I might have to come back here when it starts getting a little bit colder and do a fire and do another live stream with the fire going and fishing. That'd be pretty cool. Check the chat again before I get back to fishing. Seth, you said you snagged up my PB bluegill like 3 weeks ago, 9 inches. He was a king. Awesome. Yeah, 9-inch bluegill. That's huge for a bluegill. That is awesome. I couldn't tell you the biggest bluegill. Actually, I can tell you. The biggest bluegill that I caught was actually in Florida. I was fishing in a canal off of a dock, and the sucker was huge. I caught him on a dang crankbait. I was actually bass fishing, and I pulled him in on a crankbait, and I caught 2 that day. I've got a couple videos up. I got a long form video, and I've got a couple shorts with that fish. I didn't get to measure him, but he had to have been 10, 11 inches. And the shoulders he had on him, I mean, you're talking the size of like a cast iron skillet. It was huge. So far, 2 of the 3 I've caught are good size. I'm pretty impressed. Actually, that's my 4th one I caught today. 3 on the live and 1 off. But this area has got pretty good sized fish. I might need to come back here and do a catch, clean, and cook live or something. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I was at my cousin's house, and I know that there's some huge bass in that canal. That was the last thing I was expecting. When he grabbed that crankbait, I thought I had a huge bass on there. And when I pulled it up, it surprised the heck out of me. I wasn't expecting to catch a bluegill that big. Turn you just a little bit. There you go. Press that rod. So the rod on the right's gotten 2 bites. 2 fish on that one. The one on the left hasn't gotten any. All right, get back out here and do some more fishing. Let me know, guys, if you got any plans for Halloween tonight. If you're going to any parties, you're dressing up, taking the kids out trick-or-treating. If you're going trick-or-treating, what's your favorite candy? What's your least favorite candy? Let me know in the chat. I'll come back here in a minute, check it, see if I can get me another fish. Be nice if I can catch something different than a bluegill over here, maybe a crappie or. One thing I like about this spot, like I said, it's the first time I fished this spot. So far, it doesn't seem to be a lot of big rocks or anything under there. I'm not getting snagged at all, which is awesome. I haven't had to retie once. I'm getting another bite right now, guys. I set the hook too quick. See if he'll come back for it. Come on. Nope. Check. Took my worm. Let me get another worm on there because that felt like a pretty decent sized fish. Now the rod I'm using, it's a ultralight rod. Got 4-pound line on it and 1/64 ounce jig head with a couple split shots. Got mud on the butt end of my rod. Paranoid now with those two rods over there. I keep checking it, make sure I'm not getting something on it. Caught me a tree pounder. Just got done saying I haven't gotten snagged on anything, and then I pull in a twig. Some boats just came by and they're creating some waves over here. All right, let's see if the fish are going to ride the waves into the shore. See if I get one. Sometimes I have luck with that. A big old boat will come by, and then the waves will start kicking up, and then boom, catch fish. Oh, I got another bite. Come on, come back for it. Nope, took my worm. That's what I was saying earlier. When you're doing your slow retrieve, you know there's a lot of bluegill in the area. If they thump at it pretty hard, they don't stay on, let it sit for a minute. If they don't come back for it, then check your bait. 9 times out of 10, you probably don't have bait on there anymore. And you're not going to catch fish if you don't have bait. Took it again. All right, that's 3 in a row. So it's got to be a little itty bitty bluegill that's stealing the worm off of there. Or casting a different spot. That's probably the one I need to catch for my catfish rod, though. You know it? It's probably the perfect size for it. All right, I'm going to try one more time. Same spot. See if I get this one that keeps stealing my worms. Got a red worm bandit out there. Come on. I want to get my catfish rod thrown out. Threw it out there a little bit further so I can make a longer retrieve. Where are you at, fish? All right, something to warm again. I'm going to check the other two rods real quick. See how the bait situation is on those. I haven't checked this one in a while. Still got my worm on there. Ooh. Hear those waves coming in? Jeez. Check the chat again. See what's going on. And Seth, I'm fishing Lake Lanier. It's in northeast Georgia. Don't know who's still in, but I'm going back and checking some of the chat. So Joy, you like Reese's, Snickers, Twix? I'm throwing all candy corn out. I like all of those, but I do like candy corn. I've always been a fan of candy corn. Peanut butter cups for sure. Your least favorite are jelly beans. Yeah, I mean, I can deal with jelly beans during Easter, but that's about the only time of year I want a jelly bean. Yeah, jelly beans, I mean, they're okay. Like I said, just Easter's the only time I want to see them. Don't be giving out no jelly beans for Halloween, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, calling it a mom tax. I do the same thing. Tell them I check all their candy to make sure it's safe. It hasn't been broken into or whatever, but they definitely have to pay a dad tax whenever they go to bed. That's right, Seth. That is the most satisfying thing when you're sitting there hunting bluegills and they keep taking your worms, and then you finally get the one that's been stealing them. Yeah, that's one thing that I have not run into yet is a turtle stealing my bait. I've never caught a turtle. I know there's a lot of anglers that do. Yeah, Seth, I really don't use Aberdeens that often. I think this is only the second or third time I've used it. Typically, I like using the 1/64 ounce jig heads. I've noticed that they're like kind of the perfect size where they're not swallowing them, but they're not too heavy to where they're going to come and like start messing around with it and then not commit to it, I guess, the best way to say it. Because I've used like 1/32 ounce jigs, I've used 1/16 ounce, and a lot of times when I'm pan fishing, the smaller fish they're not going to stay on those. But the 1/64 ounce seems to work pretty good. I do a lot of yellow perch fishing also, and the yellow perch love that size for whatever reason. All right, guys. Caught up on the chat. Appreciate you all for stopping in. If you haven't done so, please double tap that screen. Check out the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Do a lot of catch, clean, and cook videos. Probably going to be out here doing the live for another 30 minutes or so. Then I got to get to the house and start getting the kids ready for trick-or-treating. But I'm going to go over there and throw a few more out there. Probably doesn't look like I'm going to have time to do any catfishing today, unless I can hook up on a little bluegill here in the next 5 minutes or so. But you guys keep chatting. I'm going to go fish some more. Appreciate you all for stopping in. I'll be back in a little bit. I think that bluegill's at it again. Come on. Yeah, took my worm again. Jeez. All right, now I'm getting a little ticked off. Like Seth said, I'm going to try to catch this guy. I'm going to wrap my worm up on the hook a couple more times. I normally do it twice. I'm going to do it a third time. Let's see. I'm trying not to make it so easy for him to get it off. Now, if one of these two rods to the right of me start bending over, scream through the phone and let me know. All right, he's hitting it again. Same exact spot. Come on. Didn't take my worm that time, so maybe threading it through there a third time helped out. It wasn't a good cast. It wasn't where I wanted it to be. Right there. That's pretty good. There you go. Come on, take it. Take it. Got him that time. I got him that time. You're not taking my worm this time, buddy. And you know what? That's the one that's been taking my worms. Yeah, I'm going to use this one for bait. I'm going to use you for catfish bait. Let's see what we can do here. There you go. Smallest one of the day. And use him for catfish bait. So here we go. I'm going to put the hook right through his backside. Ooh, come here. All right, there we go. Got him hooked right through the back. Little circle hook. Let's get him out. See if we get anything bigger. All right. Got a 2-ounce pyramid hook or weight on there. So I'm letting it sink down to the bottom. Loosen my drag a little bit. I have a clean. I took this rod to Myrtle Beach and I forgot to clean it off, and I've got a lot of saltwater residue on it. So it kind of froze up my reel a little bit. I have to clean that off. All right, let's get him on the rod holder. Switch places. Looks like I got an ant crawling on me and I can't find it. Hey, Rude, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping in. And so the rod on the left has got a live bluegill on it. And the rod on the right has just got 2 redworms with a drop shot weight on the bottom. I think it's like a 3/8 ounce weight. I keep feeling like I've got dang black ants crawling all over me. Keep throwing these out, see if I can get some more. Some more of those big bluegills catching earlier. Those are actually pretty fun on this ultralight rod. Come on, where's all my fish at? Where's all the fish? Don't worry, I'm not going to eat you guys today. I already caught your buddy that I got out on a hook, so if I catch you, you're going to go back, I promise. Getting a bite. But he's just playing with it. I'm afraid to set the hook. Come on. Come on. Well, left the worm on there. Throw it back out. At least he didn't take the worm. He's back at it again. Ooh, that was a good one. Come on. Come back for it. There you go. Come on. And there you want it. It's delicious red worm. Come on. Seth, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Hey, Rachel, welcome in. Oh, I'm getting a bite on that one. Hold on 1 second. Oh, yeah. That feels like a good one. Let's see what we got. What do we got here? Oh, that's a shell cracker for sure, guys. Holy cow. That is the biggest shell cracker I've ever caught. No joke. That is the biggest shell cracker I have ever caught. Holy cow. Jeez. He swallowed that hook too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out. Holy cow. That is definitely a PB. You guys just witnessed a PB shell cracker for me on dang Halloween. That is freaking awesome from a haunted lake. If you can't tell, I'm super excited. Dang. Let me try and get the hook out. If not, I'm going to have to cut it because it's pretty deep. Holy cow, that is huge. And then I dropped them. Dang it. Come here. Hold up a minute. I'm trying to help you out. Chill out. That is way too far down there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out without hurting him. All right, guys, I'm just going to have to cut it because there's no way I'm going to get this thing out without hurting him, and he's a huge fish. I do not want to hurt him. Just going to see if how far down I can get with my scissors. Cut that. Jeez. All right, you're filleting yourself. You're getting yourself all breaded up with sand. Let me rinse them off and I'll show you guys. Look at that right there. Heck yeah, personal best shell cracker. And wouldn't you know, I'm not keeping any to eat because he would have got on the stringer for sure. Holy cow. That's great. I'm going to have to get a screenshot of this later on. I'm going to have to go back and do that. I don't have any way to measure them either. Look at that compared to my hand. And I have big hands. That is a huge fish. All right. Awesome. Thanks for biting, buddy. I'm going to send you back. Today's your lucky day because I'm not going to keep you. That was fun. Heck yeah. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate it. That was a fun fight right there. Definitely going to make short out of that one. Heck yeah. At first, I thought it was a crappie because it kind of looked like a crappie coming up out. But this is a shell cracker. Those are fun to catch. Sucks I had to cut the hook. I had to cut the line, but there's no way I was going to be able to get that out without hurting them. I didn't want to cause them to bleed out or anything, so that's all right. I like that setup though. This rod is what had the high-low setup on it. I caught 3 or 4 fish using that method. So let's see. Go ahead and save this. I can still use the weight and the Aberdeen hook that's on it. So I'm going to save this. Can retie it on another day. Cool. Might come back here Sunday. I was going to go fishing Sunday. I might come back over here. Nothing on the catfish rod yet, so. Hey, Gonzalez Outdoors. It was a shell cracker. Yep. You missed a lot. You missed a PB shell cracker for me. The thing, I don't know if you can see my hand. I've got pretty big hands, but that thing was longer than my hands. So. Definitely was a pan size. That would have been a good eater. I would have had fun deep frying that one. Jeez. But I'm not keeping any today. So I appreciate everyone stopping in. Be out here a little bit longer. I got to get heading out soon. I've got about a 15-minute walk back to the car. This is the first time I fish in this spot. The lake is down quite a bit. Where I'm sitting right now is normally at full pool. It's probably like 30 feet behind me to where the bank's at. So the water's come down a good bit. They always drain it in the fall. So that was fun though. I wasn't expecting to catch a PB of anything, to be honest with you today. Not Noah, how you doing? How's it going? Appreciate you stopping in. So been live for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to wrap it up, guys. I'm gonna flip the screen over. I promise. I know it's Halloween. You're about to see my face, and I swear it's not a mask, so don't get too scared. But hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all for stopping in. Hope y'all have a good Halloween. Be safe out there. If you haven't done so, check out the channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Do a lot of catch, clean, and cook videos. Hoping to go live again on Sunday. If I do, I'll put out a notification. But I appreciate y'all for stopping in. And as always, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take care.